We managed to hit the like goal on my Yujo video of 1000 likes, so if we can do it again, I'll continue this How Strong Is series for Baki characters. Also on that note, comment below the next character you want alongside subscribing and checking out the other stuff in the description. Now enjoy How Strong Is Baki Hanma. Unlike Yujo, who's a walking, flexing, feat and statement machine, Baki more so relies on scaling or comparing himself to other characters, but he still has many feats and statements to go over. Let's start with his hacks today. Like his father, Baki has the demon back, but it seems to only come out when he gets massively damaged. Unlike Yujo, who can force it out at will. Some of the times we've seen Baki pull out the demon back include against his brother Jack Hanma during the maximum tournament, the first time we saw Baki use the demon back, against Oliver when he got hit very hard, and during his fight against Yujo after taking a huge beating. At today's recording, we still don't know the exact boost it gives someone, like in a number form, but for Baki it gives him more stamina and a massive boost in raw power, alongside many other stuff, but the raw power boost is enough to compare and defeat Oliver, who had a massive advantage prior, and also be comparable to Yujo while he has his demon back out as well. He also seems to have a demon brain that may explain his image training / fighting ability, which I'll go over now. It was somewhat explained during early Baki when he had his fight against Retsu during the maximum tournament saga. Baki states, "Make what they've pictured real into reality. I had a powerful image that my palm was cut by a blade," with us seeing that it worked as his palm gets cut by a blade, or that's what it looks like it's been cut by shortly after. He watched all of Retsu's fights in the previous rounds, and from his movements he analysed what Retsu could and couldn't do, then used his image training ability to do real shadow boxing against Retsu, with him actually getting damaged in this training, and of course won against image training Retsu and easily defeated Retsu in the real thing. He's most likely done the same thing for many fights throughout the Baki series. Other examples include creating Yujo himself on multiple occasions, a giant prey mantis to fight, something that looks like a JoJo stand or a fusion of dinosaurs. Yep, just some Baki logic for you. Allowing others to also see this ability, like against Sukuna and various other people during the Baki and Yujo fight. And even kicks Yujo with his imagination while he's pretty much almost knocked out on the ground. In short, Baki's imagination ability is kinda broken, with him kinda being able to imagine stuff into reality. But yeah, that's pretty much the basis of what I got about his imagination power, which most likely comes from his demon brain. Some other hacks abilities include his body moving and reacting on its own, and this is 13-year-old Baki. And I could be wrong, but isn't that what Ultra Instinct is in Dragon Ball? He also has reached a level of insight to see people's brain activity. Yes, brain activity. He can also activate his endorphins by twisting his ear, with this boost increasing his overall durability, pain resistance, and even can make himself become conscious again from being choked out, which is very insane. This is the overwhelming power of the almighty Hanma blood, the pinnacle of Baki logic. He does also enjoy melting away or turning into water, just a fun side hobby he enjoys doing throughout some fights. Now let's go over some strength stuff in a more scaling or comparing way. He defeats Oliver in a fist fight with raw strength alone, with that also being the arc we're getting in the new Baki anime that is coming out this year, so stay hyped for that. He's able to make Pickle bleed and be somewhat comparable to Pickle. Remember that Dinosaur Boy is most likely the strongest raw strength wise in the Bakiverse, as shown in his interaction in Test of Strength with Yujo, and also him pretty much lifting up dinosaurs like this at various flashback, sequences. So yeah, Pickle is quite strong, and again sends Pickle flying like an absolute madman. If that wasn't enough, he's comparable to Yujo in raw strength, and prior to this Yujo also clowned on Oliver, and recently also clowned on Sumo Dude and other sumo dudes in the tournament that recently finished. Now let's talk about some speed stuff. This is when he fights Miyamoto. He throws a jab saying mine is faster than the speed of light, with some narration at the bottom also saying Baki starts the fight up again with a jab faster than light. So yeah, I guess Baki's jabs at this point are faster than light. Cool. He also has peak level pull-up game. Imagine flexing on people like this at a gym. Warning, Baki logic is coming in full effect for this next one. In his fight against Pickle, Baki has speed that has surpassed the concept of speed itself. Yeah, just let that sink in. And of course some other minor stuff, dodging bullets, enjoys roaming around the street, disappearing for people's perspective and also disappearing by Goku's perspective, was able to completely blitz Miyamoto in their final fight, leaves a hole when attempting to do a 100-meter sprint. Similar to Yujiro, why even wear shoes at this point? Of course his legendary cockroach tackle that we all love to see. And with all this, I think it's possible Baki could be the fastest character in the Bakiverse. Regarding his durability, it's pretty much based on him surviving beatdowns from the likes of Pickle, Yujiro, Oliver, Miyamoto and various other characters throughout the series. Pretty much he's comparable to the other top tiers in the Bakiverse who have insane durability feats like I went over regarding Yujiro. So yeah, that's pretty much Baki's durability apart from getting, chucked through various concrete and metal doors throughout the series, as that's the main thing that's, done to Baki. And of course falling out of skyscraper onto a car doing this type of stuff. His martial arts and fighting skill of course is insane, way past conventional skill. Baki is more like someone who mimics a T-Rex when fighting, including having the ability to copy other people's abilities like Katsumi's punch and cord cutter abilities, alongside many others I'm not mentioning in today's video, because if I was to mention like every martial arts skill Baki had demonstrated throughout all of Baki, this video would be like an hour plus long, considering there's over 1,000 chapters of Baki, and of course Hanma Baki is the main character of this series. Of course he's going to have the most attacks or moves. I would just say if you have any specific martial art ability or technique used, assume Baki Hanma can use that same ability. After fighting Yujiro at the end of Son of Ogre, he gained Yujiro's respect and was called the strongest creature alive. Even though it's clear Yujiro would have won that fight if it was to the death, this statement is still very insane. And now his most important feat of all time, absolutely clapping the simp Ali Jr. And a quick reminder, even if his father was the weakest person on the face of the earth, he'll be fine just being the second weakest. It just happens that Yujiro is the strongest creature on earth, so it feels bad to Baki. Of course there's much more stuff I could have mentioned, but I believe I got all the major things to demonstrate his power. If you remember anything major I didn't mention, please comment below. But yeah, shout out to the people who support the channel via the Patreon. If you want to support the channel as well while receiving various benefits, check it out, linked in the description. But yep, that's it guys, peace.